Orange, they told me download MySpace. Plenty blitz in the wood, it ain't no space. We in the band on them hits, it's okay. Clip don't fit, you gon' wrap it with duct tape. Clear the scene, he got dead the worst way. 2 guns in my hand, working nunchuck. Take a risk in this shit if you try to buck. Dog shit in my pocket, I won't clean it up. Catch you hanging outside, we gon' ease up.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rooks on 7th, back at it again with another YouTube video. I know it's been about 3 months since I uploaded the last one. Just been going through a spiritual awakening, fixing my life for real. It kind of has a lot to tie into this little story time kind of advice that I'm finna give y'all. So if y'all been rocking with the videos, feel free to drop a like, subscribe, comment, and follow all my other socials as well. Basically, today we're talking about marijuana, the devil's lettuce, whatever you want to call it, ganja. Talking about how smoking consistently can really affect your consciousness and your subconscious. I had originally got introduced to the devil's lettuce when I was about 13 years old from a couple of peers in high school. I just seen them one day doing it, and I was curious as well myself to kind of experience it. Like, I heard some people tell me it was pretty sick being high, and there was other people who were doing it. So me being young, 13 years old and freshly new in high school, I thought it was cool to just follow the trend. You know what I mean? You want to do what everyone else is doing just because you think it's cool, it's okay when you're that young, right? And that was my first mistake, was trying to be like everyone else instead of just sticking to myself and just being my own person, right? So one day I go under the bridge with my peers, and I hit the devil's lettuce out of this little pipe device. And the first time I really didn't even feel anything, but then I was like, all right, the second time maybe I might feel something. And that's when it really hit me, right? It hit me with this crazy high I'll never forget. Like, if you guys ever smoke, which I hope, if you were like 13, 14, 15, 16 up to 18 years old and you're watching this video, I really do advise that you guys do not smoke at all. It's detrimental to your health, detrimental to your wealth, and it's very bad for your family as well, right? Some people might have parents who are cool with it, but me growing up, I had really strict parents that just were not cool with it, right? And it really affected my relationship with them, because I would come home smelling like the devil's lettuce. My eyes would be red from the devil's lettuce, and my mom or my brother would notice it, and they would tell me straight up that, like, yo, like, we can tell that you're under the influence. And I would just deny it, you know what I mean, thinking that I was smarter, more clever than them, but I really wasn't. I was just being a dumbass little kid, right? So first time I hit it, didn't feel nothing. The second time, it gave me this crazy out-of-body experience, and that's really what cooked me, because that experience made me always want to chase that high, and I never got that high again, you know what I mean? And it led me down a very dark path all the way to adulthood, where I became reliant on it. I had taken breaks here and there, but I dealt with a job that left me really depressed and stressed, and from the entirety of like 2024, I was just in my room just hitting the pendulum all day long. Like, I wouldn't eat shit, I wouldn't come out to greet people. It was like I was living in a dorm, you know what I mean? I was just secluded in my room for hours on end, just hitting the pendulum, frying my consciousness, right? If you guys don't know the difference between your consciousness and your subconsciousness, for my younger viewers, basically your consciousness is like your living mind, right? It's how you interact with people, what you say, all of that. When you see, smell, hear, that's your consciousness, right? But your subconsciousness is when you're in a state of relaxation. So when you're in a state of sleep, that's pretty much when you're in your subconsciousness. And your subconsciousness is your deep mind. Your subconsciousness is really who you are, like who your beliefs are, what you follow. That's really what your subconsciousness is, right? And basically what marijuana does is it numbs your mind, your conscious mind, right? And your conscious mind is in charge of making decisions, right? And When you're under the influence, you are not thinking smart. You're not thinking with your head at all. And that can lead you to make irrational decisions. Like I said, I was lying to my mom. I was failing in school. I wasn't taking school serious. I was skipping class. I was doing all sorts of anything and everything you can think of a dumb 16-year-old, 13-year-old me, 17-year-old, 8. I was doing all of it. I was car hopping. If you guys know, you know what car hopping is. I ain't trying to indict myself, but you know what I'm saying? I was doing all of it because I just wasn't thinking, right? And what marijuana does, why they call it the devil's lettuce, is basically when you start smoking consistently, you don't dream anymore. It nullifies that subconsciousness of you being able to dream. So then your dreams are basically your signals. Dreams give you a real idea of what you are going on, like what's going on in you, right? So I wasn't getting that advice that I was supposed to be getting from my dreams because I was numbing my subconsciousness, right? And that was hindering me from really chasing the person that I'm meant to be. You know what I mean? I wasn't focused on my goals, and I really did not have any other goal than for me to just be getting high all day. You know what I'm saying? That was the only thing that I really couldn't even think about, was just me waking up and smoking, me hanging out with my friends and smoking, me skipping school and smoking, me going on lunch and smoking. That's all that was on my mind every single day. And like I said, I was young at the time, so it affected the way that I perceive stuff. It affected the way that I learn. It affected the way that I do a lot of things in life, how I take life, what my priorities are, right? I used to prioritize smoking over me hanging out with my family, over me eating dinner with my family. Those are all things that I would have rather put to the side in order for me to just go and smoke, you know what I mean? It was really affecting my life a lot, and it was affecting the people that were around me a lot because they could see that each and every day I was changing as a person. I wasn't the same person that I used to be. I wasn't as energetic anymore. You know, for my people who do smoke the devil's lettuce, you know, when you wake up the next day and you still feel fried, that's because you're cooking yourself, bro. Like, you're really frying your shit in. Like, you're not giving your brain that ability to let your thoughts process. You're just numbing yourself at the end of the day, right? And this goes to say, if you're a young person and you're really considering smoking marijuana, please, I advise you guys, please, as big bro, as Unc, please do not do it. It's cost me a lot of relationships, it's cost me a lot of money, and it's made me just realize that I'm not who I'm meant to be. I'm not meant to be a junkie. There's a famous quote that I've been living my life based on now, and it goes like, an idle mind is the devil's playground. My mom always used to just tell me that, and I never understood until this year. Finally, I understood what she meant. And basically, when you're not occupying yourself with stuff to do, or you're letting substances nullify your consciousness, you're allowing the devil to implement evil ideas into your head. You're letting him control how you feel, what you do, what you think, what you say, because you're under the influence, right? You're not thinking at all with your head. Imagine how many times someone has even drank alcohol and they woke up and they were like, oh, I regret doing that. The only reason why I did that was because I was drunk. Or, oh, the only reason why I even slept with that person was because I was drunk. I would never do that if I was sober. You know what I mean? You make hella irrational decisions when you're under the influence, and you're letting the devil play with your mind and toy with you completely. An idle mind is the devil's playground. Do not give the devil the opportunity to tell you that it's okay to smoke marijuana. It's okay to drink every weekend. It's okay to do booger sugar. You know, it's okay to sleep around with multiple men or multiple women. All of that is a facade. I'm telling y'all that right now. And for a lot of my young viewers, you're gonna see a lot of rappers doing this stuff, a lot of influencers doing this stuff, and you're gonna think, well, they have all this success and and they're doing it. You don't know what's going on in their life behind their scenes. You don't know. A lot of these guys are putting up a facade because they're a celebrity. They have to put up an act. They have to make everything seem like it's okay. But at the end of the day, they are human as well. They all have their flaws and they all have problems that they're going through as well. Many very great men, Bill Clinton, Shannon Sharp, these men were all powerful leaders, but they were influenced by the devil to make irrational decisions. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it for the end of the video. I just want y'all to kind of have this video for a food of thought. For anyone who's battling an addiction, this video might help you a lot. If you're young and you're thinking about kind of getting into this type of lifestyle, this video might help you realize that it's not worth it. You're gonna end up just feeling lost in the end. And the one thing you guys really should be chasing at the end of the day is a relationship with the one above. That's all I can really say. If you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. It really does go a long way for real. And I'll make sure to stay more consistent. I will not just dip off for 3 months randomly. Like I said, I just needed to go and find out who I am as a person myself before that I can just come and spread the word. I hope y'all enjoy your day and take care.